There are many different types of investment company, and they range from investment companies that invest in everything. We call them multi-asset companies. And we divide all of the investment companies up into sectors. It just makes things easier so you can compare like with like. The multi-asset companies sit in a sector called flexible investment because they're flexible, they're allowed to invest in a whole range of different things. And when I say multi-asset, I'm talking about it could be shares in companies, it could be debt issued by companies, it should be debt issued by government, it could be property, it could be companies that actually aren't listed on the stock exchange, we call that private equity. So a whole range of different things. Another way that we try and split the funds up so that you can compare them is to look at whereabouts they're investing. So we have a range of global funds, and then we have funds that are regions, so it could be like Asia and Europe and North and South America, or individual country funds as well. So obviously being UK based, the industry, we've got a lot of investment companies that focus on the UK. There are different types of funds that invest in certain sectors of the market. So we have a whole range of funds that just do biotech and healthcare. They're quite successful. And more recently, there's been a lot of growth in a few areas such as renewable energy. So we've got funds invested in solar and wind projects, for instance. Funds investing in social housing. This tends to be not so much general needs housing, but more sort of specialist care. And then we've also got a whole raft of funds that are raising money to invest in the infrastructure needed to support the online shopping market, so logistics. So every investment company will have a stated investment objective, so what it's actually trying to achieve, and investment policy, so how it's actually going to go about trying to achieve that investment objective. And that's something that's kind of enshrined at the beginning of the fund, and it's something that's actually quite hard to change, as I'll explain in a minute. So the sort of investment objective might be something like this fund will try and outperform the MSCI World Index, which is an index of global equities, over the medium term, which is going to be like 3 or 4 years, by investing in a portfolio of equities, which is shares. The investment objective might say something like, this investment company is designed to outperform the MSCI World Index over the medium term by investing in a portfolio of equities. So what that means in English is it's trying to beat an index of global shares in companies. Over the medium term is sort of 3, 4, 5 years. And investing in companies, and it could be any kind of company anywhere. And the benchmark is the MSCI World Index. That's what we call it. And so that's how you measure how well the fund is doing. The investment policy is the way that the manager goes about achieving the investment objective. So the manager might say, to achieve that objective, I'm going to invest in companies that I think are attractively valued, have a sort of value style. Or they might say, I'm going to invest in companies that I think it can grow much faster than the average company. The manager can't just chop and change what it does. So you can't invest in a fund designed to beat the MSCI World Index one day and wake up and find it's trying to beat Japan next. So if they do want to change what they're doing, they have to ask you. And that means they're going to put it to a vote of all the shareholders.